Hey guys, this is Amanda, and I was requested by some people to do a tutorial video on some of the feathers that I do. So that's what I am gonna do, I guess, today. So I'm starting off, I'm just dumping white, just your basic white mixed 25% Floetrol water, and then half with the normal paint. Just get it all over. I just spread it out on the canvas. Pretty basic. Right now I just want a nice coat. Over everything. Kind of run the excess off onto my other one. I'm really weird about saving used paint. Try to get it pretty even. Doesn't always happen. I get impatient a lot. Same thing with this one. And you can make these feathers kind of on anything. I like to have either white or background. It just kind of makes it pop a little bit more, but I've done them on just plain granite tiles and they turn out and they look good. I've also done them over some of the pours, just the simple like cup pours that I've done. But today I'm just going to do them on the white surface. Just it helps you kind of see everything a little better. And now I'm just trying to get this kind of leveled out a little bit. I've had a lot of problems in the past with my white cracking, and I'm glad I asked about it because I found out it's because it's flat paint, I guess, and it needs to have a gloss or a semi-gloss to it, so changed it up so hopefully these dry not so cracked. But even with the cracked ones, I went in and I used like a gold leaf type thing. This is a silver, but I embellished them with that and it worked good. So now what I'm going to use is I'm mixing together these color change ones. So this is already mixed up with the Floetrol and water. And that one's the blue. I have a little purple. And then a little bit of black in there. I like to use my silicone and spray it into the cup. That way, when I go to pour it, it doesn't get stuck on the side of the cup. And you don't need very much at all to make these little feathers. There's really no right or wrong way to mix these in there. You can kind of see how it's layered, but I'll just kind of shake it. It just kind of gets it mixed up. And then I just do a little simple line. That. I'll do one on this one. I'll kind of make it swirly. You can see where I dropped paint on it, but that's not really going to matter a whole lot. I have to find a cup. I forgot my water. So then everything that's in this cup is just high quality H2O, like tap water. We have well water here. So, and then what I do is I use these little torn pieces of napkin that I use. You can kind of make them whatever size. I think like about an inch is a good one. I take it in my water and I drip it, and then I just kind of run the edge. And this is going to be the bottom of my feather. So I start in the middle and I just pull straight down. And then I start and I go out. And I've done them in the past, and I pulled too far out on some of them, and they ended up looking like leaves, which was kind of cool, but it wasn't what I actually wanted. So then I'm getting a new piece of paper, dipping it. And this is a part I think takes a little bit of practice, is when you place it in there, I like to pull up, out, and then I lift up on the bottom and up like that. And then I do kind of drip or like scrape off some of that paint on the excess. And you can just use the same piece. Up, out, and lift, up. And there's really no wrong way to do a feather, it's just personal preference. I think this one's definitely selling up a lot more than I usually like them to, but it'll give it a cool effect. And here again, you place it in the middle. You want to kind of go up, pull out, and then lift up on that bottom. And then it's always a challenge to do it on the other side. You never know. Up, out. Yeah, this is definitely selling up a lot more than I wanted to. I probably used too much silicone in that spray. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through. This doesn't have any silicone in it. I'm just going to run a line down the middle. I'm going to go in and just get this a little damp and see if I can bring some of the, oh yeah, that's pretty. Point's always tricky for me. This one's just gonna kind of fall off the edge there, I think. So what I just did is I just dipped this into the black paint instead of the water. I'm still trying to get it to fill in more so it's not so selled out, but I think it's gonna be what it is. I know it's going to be what it is because it's not going to be what it's not. And this is a lot more going in than I normally do, but I think I'm going to leave it like that for now. So I'm going to take just another wet piece. I'm going to start right here. And I just follow that middle line down. It just kind of pulls everything together. And then I have to find my little finishing knife. Obviously I was not super prepared today. But all I'm gonna do with this right here, I'm gonna start and I'm just gonna kind of pull up on the lines, and you'll always want to kind of like wipe off the paint. Otherwise you get mixed in colors. But with this one it doesn't really matter because it did create a bunch of tiny little whooshes. Down here I kind of like to do just some little wispies. Again, there's really no right or wrong way to finish out your feather. Every feather is going to be different. You can just kind of pull it up, finishes out those ends. You can kind of manipulate it to go whatever way you want. You can pull in like this and make a bigger, like a separation there with it, and it's always kind of fun to have something like that. There again, normally it doesn't sell out as much as this. We use too much silicone in it to begin with, but I guess I'll make another one with less silicone. You can see there where I didn't wipe it off, and so it kind of made that mark. So there's that one, and it's a little wider than what I normally like, but like there again I was trying to pull out, I think, too much. This one I'm going to do without dipping it. I'm just going to use the paint that's on there. And I can already tell, like, the paint's really thin. I'll go out. So up and lift. Grab a new piece. My kids are just coming in from sledding.
What?
So up, out, and lift up with that bottom. Up,
Hey, I'm going outside. Bye.
out. Definitely not my favorite feathers I've ever made, but they will work, I guess. We go and pull out some of those ends. And take this time and run it down. Pull a white line right down through there. I'm going to push this, try to push this in a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to add a little bit of white, see if we can get rid of some of that. white and drag it down through. Kind of got crazy on me at the end. Well, I kind of got crazy on it. Nothing we can't work with. And when it dries, if I need to touch up this little bit of area, I will. Just pulling out these little bits on the tips here. You don't want to finish it too much, but give it a little bit of shape. And there you go. That's my selled out feathers. Thanks, guys.